Good morning. Welcome to 365 Days of Richer Living, Daily Morning Reading, Meditation, and Prayer Time. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is July 23rd. I am one with all. And our reference quote this morning comes from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4, and the book of John, chapter 10, verse 30. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, is one Lord. I and the Father are one. He who hath seen me hath seen the Father. And our reading begins. Perhaps the most important thing for us to realize is that one life runs through everything. One presence manifests in everything, and one person individualizes through everyone. But unity does not mean uniformity. We do not all have to be alike, think alike, or act alike. But the world is learning that it must act in union. The finite one manifests in finite variations. The infinite one manifests in infinite variations. Each rooted in the one, but each divinely unique in its own right. Good, bad, high, low, across, above, and beneath are all one to the infinite mind. Today, I find my union with life. Today, my imagination reaches back through all differences to the universal union. Today, I know that I am in Creator and Creator is in me. We are one. Today, I sense this divine union of the soul with its source and of all people with the infinite. I know that I am not isolated from the all good, but as one with it. Therefore, I am not afraid, even when the billows roll and the wind sweeps by, for there is a divine hand guiding my ship. There is an invisible presence at the wheel. I lift the sails of faith, and I let the winds of love fill them with the mighty power of the divine presence. My boat rides upon the sea of pure spirit and finds safe anchor in a heaven of delight. Safe anchor in a harbor of truth. I am one with God. So let's take that into our time of meditation and contemplation. So breathing in, I recognize that it is the breath of life breathing me. Breathing out, I release all hesitation to a full embodied awareness of unity. I recognize there is only one life, one peace, one power, one presence. I recognize there is one source, one substance, one creator. That it is expressing as its creation. That it gives equally to every expression, because every expression is itself expressing in multiplicity. That it could not give part of itself without separating. And so it gives all of itself to itself. It is changeless, and yet it changes in expression. It is one, yet it expresses in infinite multiplicity and possibility. This is life. One God, many expressions, one substance, many animations, all inseparable from source. And so I know that I am that. I am an individualized expression of this one infinite being, this one infinite source, this one infinite substance, and that I can never be separated from it. That I am made out of it, surrounded by it, infused with it. That I am it individualized. And that what is true of me is true of all life. And so every thing, every person, every moment I encounter is the divine expressing in multiplicity. I remind myself this day that unity does not mean uniformity. That an infinite God, an infinite being, is so much more than uniformity. And so it expresses the magnificence of itself and the diversity of life. The magnificence of diversity is the magnificence of God. I am in awe. And so I speak my word, claiming and affirming that there is a healing within the minds and hearts of humanity that remember the source and substance of our being. There is a healing that lifts up the unity without requiring uniformity. There is a healing that recognizes perfection, the awe and wonder and magnificence of every diverse element of creation. Every skin color, every skin tone, every accent, every culture, every ethnicity, every identity expressing, every relationship, every exploration of humanity. A part of the whole, operating in unity with no need for any point of supremacy in one. No need to live from the place of fear that says, I must be at the top or I am nothing. I speak a healing word, a word of equity, a word that recognizes the beauty, the necessity, the truth of equality and equity within all of creation, beyond humanity, that all is equal, that value is never established by function or size or position or power, because all are infused with the same power, expressing individualized. And so I demand of myself to move through this day acknowledging internally, acknowledging one, acknowledging unity, acknowledging balance, recognizing, speaking internally. The ant has the same power I have. The mosquito has the same power I have the same power a mountain has. To level the playing field, healing my mental constructs that would have me believe in separation, that would have me anchored in fear because I'm not at the top of something. I let it all go. I release the lie and I stand in the truth of union, of unity, of connection. I neutralize any thought to the contrary and embody this truth of wholeness. And I live from the gratitude that recognizes and knows and holds precious the wholeness of life, knowing that that heals every cell in this one body. I refuse to separate mentally. I refuse to separate spiritually. I open wide to embrace all kin, to hold accountable to behavior and to move beyond, to embrace. No need to separate the two. Grateful that I can love the behavior and reject the behavior. And so I live this day in the gratitude of that power, of that choice, of that agency, that clarity, beginning with the self, holding me accountable. Go. Let go of any thought that shows up throughout this day. I just recognize it and release it. Then return to truth. No need to wrestle with it. No need to beat it to a pulp. I simply recognize it. Speak truth. And then release. Let it go. Allow it to return to the unformed. And as I do, all thought is healed. What heals in one place heals in every place, because there is only one place, one power, one presence. And so in this apparent chaos, in this very real chaos, in this physical realm, I stand in the middle of chaos, calm, centered, remembering there's so much more that is happening. And I stand in the healing presence of wholeness. And I actively participate in the shift. Peace. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am. So today, in the chaos, in the swirl, I will remember to be still and know that every inspiration is an awakening of the self to the self, and every expiration is an expression of that awareness. The innermost God and the outermost God is one God. Be still and know that I am that. Release everything that would confuse that declaration. Let it go. I let the God of understanding, the God of clarity, the God of life itself, the one God, the one power, the one presence, by whatever name I call it, I allow to be the clarity of my thinking this day. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is.